All right, what's going on, everybody? Today, we're welcoming one of my superstar clients, Lauren, who has done incredible throughout the Fit 40 program. She has trimmed some inches off of her waist while also getting her bench and deadlift up to 100 pounds. We're talking triple digits, people. And she did it through nothing short of hard work and just has done an incredible job. So I wanted to bring her on and share some of her secrets with all of you. So let's welcome Lauren to the podcast.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So today, let's start all from the beginning. So let's talk about before you and me hopped on that first call and really talked about your goals. Where were you at? Like, what was your life like? What were you trying as far as workouts and nutrition and all of that?
Just every diet that came along. If you can name a diet, I've probably been on it. It's been one of those roller coasters since probably middle school, as far back as I can remember. Just nothing would ever stick. And of course, if it didn't work and the 30 days like they promised it to, then obviously it wasn't for me and I'd have to switch to something else. So I've tried a lot of different things, just never had that consistency in anything that I did.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was like the never ending loop of like challenges and like these quick fix diets and things like that.
Exactly. And of course, if it didn't work, it was something I was doing wrong, not that there was something wrong with what they were telling me to do.
Oh, absolutely. Because why would they take any personal responsibility?
Exactly.
So that all being said, what do you think in all of that stuff was like the missing link that you just didn't have?
Just someone there to tell me that I don't have to go from 0 to 60 right out of the gate, that it's okay to take baby steps and make those good habits and build that foundation. That's what I was missing. Because like I said, a lot of these, it's all or nothing approach. And that's kind of been my personality with all, nutrition, working out, all that kind of thing. And it kind of took someone else to tell me, slow down for a second, get your basics under control, and then you'll see progress from there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's incredible, right? With that mental shift, just going from all in or nothing to like, let's just get better.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I got to say, like, your story is very, very similar to a lot of people out there. I get on a lot of calls and everybody's like, well, I want to do this perfect. I want to get it down from the second we start. Everything's going to be exactly how I want it to be. And that usually doesn't go too well.
Right. Kind of approach, we had talked about the dial method. It's not a switch, it's not on or off. It's a dial that you dial in and you dial out. And that I repeat that daily through in my head, just trying to
Exactly.
make sure, am I all in? I'm not ever turned off. I'm always progressing at some point.
Exactly. Exactly. And if somebody's listening right now and they're like, whoa, 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 what's the dial method? Just to put it in short, it's like most of us go on like an on off switch. It's like we're on our diet, we're off our diet. But when you switch to the dial, you can crank up the intensity. Like I can put in a lot more at this point in time, or you could turn it down. Like say life gets crazy. You never turn it off. You just dial it down a little bit. Do what you can when you can, and then give more when you can give more. Would you say that that's pretty much what you've been doing lately?
Oh yes, definitely. We went on that long vacation. I don't know if we're ready to talk about that, but I went on a 10+ day vacation. And every other time I've been on vacation, it's been, got to come back and start a new diet or start a new workout plan. But instead, this time I was able to, dial it down a little bit while I was on vacation because it's vacation. But
Yeah.
then as soon as I got back, that dial turned right back up and I picked up just right where I was. So it's
Yep.
very, very helpful.
And you handled it like a champ, because I know when people go on vacation, that's usually nail in the coffin. It's like, all right,
Mhm.
this is where the wheels come off and we got to start all over again. But
Yeah.
you made an interesting comment about how it was like, not just now, but when we were talking in the messages about how easy it was to get back. And I was curious because sometimes this is like a big game changer in people's minds when they put this to practice, like you have. Like, was the weight gain or loss or whatever, did you notice less weight gain on this vacation as opposed to others?
I wasn't really getting on the scale before. As far as like the way my clothes fit and everything, I didn't notice a bit of difference. We were very active on this vacation, which I think helped a lot. But just knowing that, using those principles that you've stuck me into was just helped tremendously. And it wasn't even, when I started weighing, when we got back from vacation and started the next part of the program, it, it wasn't a big shock. I didn't feel bloated and lethargic and just blah, I don't want to do anything when I got back. I was, like I said, I just picked right back up where I was.
Awesome. Awesome. And out of all the habits, the couple that we used, what would you say that was your favorite on vacation?
Oh, definitely the one plate method.
The
Um,
one plate.
I use that because, we were eating out, we were doing restaurants. It was a big group of us. So it's not like I can say this is what everyone's eating for the next 10 days. It wasn't that kind of situation. So just being able to visualize that one plate, if I wanted this on my plate today, I could put that on there and I was good. I stuck to that one rule that helped tremendously.
Awesome. Awesome. I know that seems to be everybody's favorite because it's like a shock at first. It's like, wait a second, I can have anything.
Yeah.
Like this is vacation and I can have all those sweets that I want.
Yeah. I put a cookie on my plate. It was awesome.
There you go. That's a pro move right there. Finding that little section for the cookie. That's
Mhm.
good. And for anybody listening, that's like, again, they're like, what the hell is the one plate rule? I'm learning all this new stuff. This is like, you could have whatever you want, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, as long as it's the size of a standard size plate. So like Laura was saying, if you want that cookie, you just throw it on the plate and then work all the good stuff around it.
Mhm.
So I mean, again, you put it to practice and you're living proof right now that it works.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. And out of this whole experience, like with the Fit 40 program and our time so far, was it what you expected or were there some surprises thrown in there that you didn't expect?
None of this was what I expected. The first couple weeks, I'm not gonna lie, I thought you were off your rocker because there's no way this is gonna work because this is not like anything I've ever done before. Like I said, you had me slow down, focus on the basic building blocks, and it's just to see back, you hear people talk about that have been on this journey and gotten, close to their destination. I won't say they're all the way there because I don't feel like we're ever there, but you hear people say when you look back, you realize the progress you've made and you don't realize it as you're doing it. And that is so true, not just with, the physical changes or the ability to lift more weight or that kind of thing, but the mental changes. I mean, I can look back, even 6 to 8 weeks ago and be like, well, I would have, shoved down half a sleeve of cookies at this point because it was an all or nothing kind of thing. And now I can have one and I'm okay because I know I can have another one tomorrow, but just that mental shift and then just realizing one day that, this is the new lifestyle now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it is that mental shift is it's hard. It's a hard buy-in. Like you were saying, like, I know it sounds crazy. Those first couple of weeks, you're like, yeah, right. Yeah, I've heard this. I've heard this before. But
Yeah.
I mean, what are we, 3 months in and you're reaping the rewards right now and it's not looking good. I mean, the progress is going to continue.
Yep, definitely.
Awesome. Awesome. So this all being said, like, what would you say if a friend came up to you and they saw you and they're like, wow, you look incredible. Like, what'd you do? Like, what should I do? What would you say to people?
Focus on the small things, like you had us do with this program, pick one or two things that you can change and, focus on smaller things one at a time. Once you get in a good habit with that, add something else onto it. Don't, because I work with a bunch of women. I'm a nurse, so I see women all the time. And, we always do this. I'm starting my diet Monday. I'm starting my diet Monday. No more sweets, no more this, and we focus on taking everything away. But that's what I've tried to tell the girls at work too is, do one thing at a time, add your water in, get your breakfast under control, get your protein in. And it's just these little building blocks. And like I said, one day you'll look back and be like, huh, I'm doing all of them now. And it wasn't a huge change that you felt like a failure if you didn't do one of them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, you hit the nail right on the head. And what do you think if you were to start, like, say we wiped the slate clean and you were starting today, what would be that first habit that for you provided the most bang for your buck? And you're like, I would do that starting today if I had to do it all over again.
Um, Adding that protein in every meal.
Yeah.
That's been a big one that's helped a lot.
Yeah. And how so? Like, if we're trying to sell this to somebody, like, eat more protein, why should they?
Well, I feel better. I know because I'm a lot more full when I eat that protein. I don't have as many of the unhealthy cravings. I don't want to eat, like I said, all the cookies because I'm full already. I'm satisfied. You add the protein, a little bit of fat in, and it really helps with being satisfied and not feeling that constant hunger monster craving kind of thing that makes you go off the plan.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because we know that hunger monster loves to hang around and make us do things we don't want to do.
Exactly.
Awesome. Awesome. Now let's talk going into the future. Now, I know you and me talked about this on one of our last check-in calls. What are your immediate plans that you're going to use these habits to skyrocket? Like, what are we working on next that you're excited about?
So next we're starting the lean program.
Yes,
So
we
I've
are.
got I've been lifting weights for inconsistently for God 3-4 years now. Of course, the last 3 months I've been all in, and I have seen just major progress with the amount I can lift. So now I'm ready to kind of lean down and see what muscles under there. I think it'll be
Awesome.
a surprise for everybody. But yeah, just leaning down is my next step.
There we go. There we go. And you touched on a good point. I'm glad I didn't forget to bring it up because I know there are some people that listen to this and they're like, I'm not really trying to lose weight, but I do want to get stronger. And
Mhm.
you are a prime example because I mean, the fact that you got to that 100-pound deadlift within what, like it was like at the 6 or the 8 week mark.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy crap. And then like a couple of weeks later, you're at the 100-pound bench. Now, I know that you said that you were like, that was a goal for a while. So when did that goal start? And what do you think changed to get you over the hump, to get you to the triple digit mark?
I remember writing that goal down. Oh my goodness. Like I said, about 3 or 4 years ago. It's been that long when I first started lifting weights in my house. And I always followed, the YouTube, the ones you see on Pinterest or YouTube or TikTok, those workouts where it has you doing, 10 different exercises in one day, and for one body part, and just being able to consolidate and do your plan, and where it's, fewer exercises to where you can actually focus on gaining strength in those big movements and stuff. But that was what the hump was that, I stopped trying to do 15 different things at once and just focused on my goal, pretty much is what it boiled down to.
There we go. So as soon as we got a little more specific, it's like everything kind of just fell into place, right?
Mhm, definitely.
Awesome. Awesome. And that's exactly what we're going to do with the muscle. We're going to just focus on those couple movements, make sure that we get them down and get you all the rewards that you're working your absolute butt off for.
Yeah. Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. So to wrap it all up, I know we went over everything as far as nutrition, fitness, and all that good stuff. Let's go into the mental side of this real quick. What do you think is like one thing that you see a lot of friends struggle with? Maybe you struggled with too. And I know we talked about the dial and everything, but is there anything else that you're like, I've noticed a change mentally by thinking about this instead of this?
Um, we eat out a lot at work. We're nurses, so we get food to us all the time, different, all kinds of stuff. But just being able to be that voice of saying, hey, maybe we don't get Mexican today. Maybe we try, like I think I told you, we tried this new healthy restaurant at work. But just being able to be that, I don't have to have this. I know how it makes me feel when I eat like this, and trying to bring everybody else with me, saying, this is better, that kind of thing. I think that's helped a lot. And just knowing I don't have to eat all that stuff. It doesn't fit into my plan. It doesn't make me feel good. So just that mental shift of, I have to have it because it's there. It may not be there tomorrow. The scarcity kind of mentality, I guess, I can have it anytime. If I want it, I can work it in and it'll still be there tomorrow. And just that kind of feeling of not having to do everything all at one time.
That's awesome. I mean, you're really leading the pack from the front and really focusing on feeling good, not necessarily the tasting good, even though you can get both, but
Exactly.
feeling good comes first.
Yeah, exactly. And being able to
Awesome.
realize what makes me feel good and what makes me feel bad has been a big shift in my mentality. Definitely.
Yeah, because you feel like we're all in a world of like immediate gratification or instant gratification. We want it now. And that is one of the productive things that we could do right now is feeling good from what we eat. So I absolutely love that and love that we went into that topic because I think it can help a lot of people. Now,
And
oh
it
yeah,
kind of not focusing on calories when we first started out. I've been a slave to calories from as long as I can remember, and just being able to focus on, the whole foods. I didn't even bring that up. That habit helped a lot too. Being able to just say, okay, well, this is a whole food. This is going to make me feel good. This is what I'm going to eat. That kind of mentality, that helped a lot too.
Yeah, absolutely. Because that's another one where it's like you get all the micronutrients that you don't necessarily get from the packaged stuff or the canned stuff, and you end up feeling a lot better, right?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. And just out of curiosity, because I know that when it comes to eating healthier, one of the main concerns is, oh, it's going to cost me an arm and a leg because I got to go organic and all this crap. Like, price wise, was the grocery list that much different? Or did you find that it was the same or even less from buying less junk food?
Oh, it's definitely less from buying less junk food. I've got, of course, a family that I live with as well. So, taking all of us on this journey, kind of incorporating some of these little habits and with the family as well has been a huge mind shift change. And just not having to buy, the sodas, the chips, the candies, all that kind of stuff. If I want something, I'll go get a single serving, but I don't keep it in the house anymore. So that's helped all of us tremendously, but just it's a lot less. Fresh food is not any more expensive than the packaged, I don't think. And, you can buy frozen vegetables and fruits. That's helped out a lot. Just having those bags ready to go, the big bags of broccoli ready to go, it's helped out a lot.
Absolutely. Because I mean, let's be real. The real reason people waste money eating healthy food is the fact that it goes bad. So if you eat it when you're supposed to, it's fine. And then those frozen veggies are an absolute game changer because for them to go bad, you really got to neglect them.
Right. I know a lot of it's, we've cut down on eating out too. That was a big hang up of mine. I think when we first started, I've gotten down to, maybe once a week now is what we're trying to do. So,
Yeah.
everybody gets their treat for the week, that kind of thing. But eating out is crazy expensive. Even going through the drive through anymore. I mean, I can go through the drive through or I can get, 3 or 4 days worth of groceries at this point. Everything's getting so expensive, but it's a lot cheaper to eat at home. Even just that first switch, just changing from eating out all the time to eating at home, irregardless of what you're eating, it's probably going to be healthier than what you can find in a drive through.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that is like the perfect cap to all of this. Like, this is like the cherry on top of an amazing, amazing discussion. And I just want to thank you for coming on and really talking about everything that we did, because I know this is going to help people. I know somebody listening right now is going to hear your story and be like, that's me. That's like, that's what I need to start doing. And I mean, Lauren, you are like prime example, superstar client, doing incredible. And I expect us a year from now to be hopping on again and being like, so this is where I've come. And I have no doubt that you're going to be lean, strong, and feeling amazing. Would you say that you think you're going to get there?
Oh, it gave me goosebumps you just talking about it. I am so ready for that.
Yep.
I'm ready to work for it. Yes, I am.
And I cannot wait to see your progress along the way. So
Definitely.
again, thank you so much for coming on. I hope everybody listening got a little something out of it, and I'll see you guys next week. See, that wasn't so bad.
Not too bad at all. Only stuttered a few times, right?
Hey, you're a natural. You don't throw in the ums or the like I tend to do. So
Yeah.
you've got this down better than I do.
Yeah. Well, so maybe I'll start my own one day.
Hey, there you go. There you go. You could just start on your story and go from there.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. It's been fun.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So just so you know, this will probably go up not tomorrow, but week from tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. So if you see a tag and video and stuff, then you'll know that's what it is. And
Okay.
that being said, are you cool with me using the video, or do you want it to be audio only?
It's up to you. I wasn't really paying attention to the video, to be honest. If it looks okay, you can use it. I'm good either way.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're cool with it, I am. I love the video because not only that, like I said, people see themselves in other people. So it's like somebody could see you and be like, I'm a mom just like her. Like, that's me.
Yeah, whatever works and whatever helps people, because for the longest time I was looking for somebody that looked like me, that was doing, in the same situation like me, and I couldn't find anybody. So if it helps, I'm all for it.
Awesome. Well, I'm very appreciative of it. So thank you again.
You're
And
welcome.
hope you have an awesome rest of your Sunday.
You too. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.